What is up, Weeb family, and welcome back.
Can't wait for Season 3 of Jujutsu Kaisen? Well, look no further. Weeb Dad's got you covered. Are you like me and still reeling from that epic conclusion of Season 2? Rereading the manga nonstop? Or an anime only that just really wants to know what happens next? Well, first things first, if you want to stay anime only, then earmuffs. Because for us to answer the question in this video, we obviously must dive headfirst into the mangaverse. So, spoiler warning if that was not clear. Today we'll be going over the entire next arc, Itadori's Extermination, which covers chapters 138 through 143, and features one of my favorite 2v2s and one insanely shocking revelation about Yuji's past and parents, and the return, as you saw at the very end of Season 2, Yuta fucking Akotsu. And all my manga readers out there, he's getting that dub. I don't give a fuck. Fuck Sukuna. Fuck Sukuna, man. He will be praising Yuji by the time this shit's all over, I swear to God. Before we see exactly what Yuji was doing on the bridge at the end of Season 2, we swing over to the Brady bunch of Jujutsu Kaisen, the Zenin clan. The shit ones, that is. None of the ones that we like. We first focus on Special Grade 1 sorcerer Naoya Zenin, aka the token character that you'll love to hate. Although this is his first time in the story, you've already met his father, the current, for now, leader of the Zenin clan. Due to recently getting literally cooked at the hands of Gojo, now Obito Zenin, he may not have that title for much longer. Just a hunch. Naoya is talking to Maki and Mai's mom, who will, for the remaining of the story, shall be referred to as mom, since, for whatever reason, Gege was like, "Bitch, you don't even get a name." Yeah, you heard me. Naoya states that girl Mai. The mom, though, pipes in and lets him know he is best served worrying about the head of the clan, and besides, the one who's dying is Maki. Oh, really? Whatever. Then as he brushes it off nonchalantly, she lets him know Maki may be pretty, but she's unacceptable as she doesn't know how to support a man. She can support any part of me for as long as she wants. Then, and one of the weirdest statements in JJK, I mean, this shit would not fly nowadays especially, any woman who can't walk 3 steps behind a man should get stabbed in the back and die. What? And in that respect, Mai is great, as she knows she's a woman. We then see Ogi Zenin and Junichi Zenin. Both of them are also Special Grade 1 sorcerers, just like Naoya. They let Naoya know his father is on death's door. He apologizes but states it doesn't even matter if I come or not, because the next head of the clan is me. Then, the ever-loving family man states, "My older brothers are all losers, and you, uncle, haven't amounted to much despite being his little brother. His daughter is out of the question too. As for Junichi, your face is just no good. Too bad you and Toji's places aren't reversed." Junichi launches at Naoya, who easily dodges his attack. Ogi puts his... We're gonna call Ogi OG. I prefer it. And fuck it. OG puts a sword to his throat. And now, of course, he just wants to get along. But in that moment, this weird looking little fuck comes out letting everyone know that now Obito has passed. I for you date? What the fuck name is that? Dude, you already look weird. Your parents had to give you that kind of name too? That's tough. I am in possession of his will, and once everyone is present, I will read it. They are all in front of you. For you date? Naoya is to be the 27th head of the Zenin clan. He is to inherit all assets, including cursed tools stored at Jujutsu High and the family warehouses, of course. Upon approval of the other two, Naoya may take over all duties. But, and it's a pretty big but, if Satoru Gojo has died or become mentally incapacitated for any reason, a written agreement concluded with Toji will welcome Megumi into the Zenin clan, at upon which time he will become the head of the Zenin clan and inherit all of their cool shit we just talked about. What? Naoya in absolute shock, Mom then jumps in and lets him know that Megumi appears to be searching for Yuji in Tokyo. Who's that? Sukuna's vessel. Well, tell the higher-ups that Naoya Zenin will kill Sukuna's vessel and Megumi at the same time. dude really thinks he is him. One very interesting fact he lets us in on is that after the events in Shibuya during Season 2, Tokyo has become a realm of demons now. We then get back to Special Grade Sorcerer Suki. She apologizes for not acting sooner. Have you realized I'm not necessarily on your side? I'm just a humble beauty. Yeah, she's a baddie who wants to eradicate cursed spirits from the soul. Seems simple enough. Dream big, right? With the focus then switches to our MC Yuji and his newly appointed big bro Choso. He asks Yuji how his injuries are. He lets him know he's surprisingly okay, even after being hit by that black flash. But I think it's only because of Sukuna, because I can truly feel his power is growing. Choso lets him know you can return to Jujutsu Jump High, as he has to collect the remains of Choso and their other brothers anyways. So don't worry about him. Yuji lets him know, I'm not worried about you. The problem is, I now know Sukuna is planning something with Megumi. Oh boy, is he. And the fact that I killed way too many people, I can no longer stay with everyone. I also killed your little brothers. No, that was a misunderstanding. And if my brothers were here, they would say the same thing. It isn't about forgiving or not. Brothers are just like that. Man, Choso is truly the epitome and model of what a big brother should be. No cap. We then, in the next panel, see our newly acquainted brothers, and directly below them, Yuta fucking Akotsu and Naoya. Guess he's there too. We then go exactly where we left off at the end of Season 2. Yuji clapping cheeks on the bridge. I mean clapping on the bridge. And not going to lie, every time someone claps, I just hope Toto's gonna come swooping in. Just because he's Toto, you know? But turns out to be our MC is just playing cleanup in Shibuya, tracked in as many cursed spirits as possible so that he could goat them into a direct, piercing bloodshot and headshot. We see that piercing bloodshot ripping through the wave of cursed spirits, and Yuji doing what he does best as he lands a huge punch, smashing a giant cursed spirit into the wall, breaking it on impact. I mean literally breaking the cursed spirit and the wall. Big bro Choso is in just as much awe as we are, as he drops his most iconic line of the series to date, and still my favorite nickname for Yuji. He'd already impressed me with his power when we fought, but since then he's added finesse and fluid control of his cursed energy along with unreal physical strength. He's now a demon god. And just as impressive, he still isn't even fully recovered. I mean literally, dude ain't got no sensu beans, no RCT, nothing yet. Compliments his little bro as Yuji asks, why are you still calling me that? I'll keep calling you that over and over and over. Try to recollect. After all, your father had stitches on his forehead too, didn't he? Well, I don't know, did he? And unfortunately, before they can finish this super important conversation loaded with context, we see now his dumbass comes up stating the fucking obvious. I don't see Megumi. Am I the first one here? Yuji wonders who he is and why he's talking about his boy Megumi like that. What are you two doing, he asks. You totally stand out. Don't you want to run? Yuji's like, run? Bitch, ain't season 1 anymore. Who do you think you're talking to? Don't you know? Your death sentence is back on since Gojo's support is no longer. Really had to hit the feels, huh? Fucking asshole. My business, though, is with Megumi, so honestly, don't care if you live or not, but can't have you scampering around, so I'll just start by breaking your legs. Yuji yells out asking what he wants with Megumi. I think I'll have him die, but it would help if he wrote a little something first. Yuji comments how fast he is, as they start out, you know it, we family, our weekly JJK jump. He seems to be flying all over the place. The brothers comment, yeah, he's fast, but it's probably his curse technique. Ding 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 ding. Now he lets Yuji know that he's actually tougher than he expected. He wonders to himself who the hell these guys are. Shall I try upping my speed? But then all three stop in complete shock as they all can sense something or someone. Yuji thinks at first, Gojo sensei? No, something creepier than that. And we see that man, Yuta fucking Akotsu, enters the fray. Who are you, Yuji asks. Choso thinks whoever he is, his objective appears to be, and then Yuta with the huge flex on a superhero landing, letting everyone know, yeah, I'd win. The brothers are in obvious shock. I mean, look what he did to that metal and concrete just by landing on it. Oh, fucking serious, look at it. So, you're Yuji's executioner. Wait just a second. Naoya, of course even more scared, hurries and claims his allegiance and swears loyalty to House Okotsu, bending the knee instantly. You're Okotsu, right? Yuji asks, while thinking, he's a special grade, just like Gojo. Choso just keeping it real, lets Yuji know, you gotta get the fuck out of here. Look at that dude's face. We then, in what is a one-of-a-kind moment in JJK, they actually make it a fair fight? What? A 1v1/2v2? I know, crazy, right? We find out it'll be none other than Choso versus Naoya going up against each other. And, of course, the two MCs will duke it out. And do they ever? Yuji goes into full speed mode. But Yuta, he's not having it, and he wants all the smoke as he quickly catches up to Yuji. Hey, both of them comment on how fast the other one is. Yuta's surprised as he thought that he could take him out with just one punch. One punch! Naoya and Choso start throwing hands. Naoya comments, I saw you earlier. Blood manipulation, right? I don't know why you have that, but aside from piercing blood, it's not all that frightening. You need to charge up, and honestly, I'll spare you the rest. It's checkmate now. You die. Choso with the serious face lets him know he's not leaving here alive after trying to hurt his little brother. Yuta goes for a slash, and much to Yuta's surprise, Yuji quickly hits that evasive parkour, flipping over a car. Yuta thinks, damn, he's like Maki. As Mr. I punch stuff and throw heavy things, literally sends the car flying right at Yuta. Yuji begins diagnosing his opponent, as he realizes, despite not having much power, he has an immense amount of cursed energy. Fun fact, he actually has even more total cursed energy than Gojo. It's just Gojo's 6 eyes allow him to activate curse techniques while using infinitesimally close to 0 cursed energy in the process. So although Yuta has more, he can run out, whereas Gojo doesn't. They continue the fight, Yuji remembering what his besto friendo told him, as he remembers an elite sorcerer like Yuta makes it difficult to predict an attack until the moment it's used. Yuji, starting to worry, lets us know not only his body, but his sword is constantly surging with cursed energy. The problem isn't about reading his moves, it's that every attack can be decisive as he restricts all damage to a minimum. Yuji then remembers his mentor's last words. You got it from here. Yuji knows the first thing he needs to do is get rid of that goddamn sword. With his improved cursed energy reinforcement, he fears no blade, but he can't think like that against this opponent. Or, it's GG's in the chat. Yuji literally dives through a Hummer's front seat, grabbing something, but Yuta is right on top of him with his katana. Yuji, though, blocks his attack with a knife out of fucking nowhere. Yuta's surprised, but thinks, damn, he must have grabbed that when leaping through that SUV. Sick. If it isn't a special curse tool, though, I need not fear it. Yuta goes right back into it, and Yuji parries his attack and remembers his sensei letting him know about imbuing weapons with cursed energy. Yuji does just that, and goes to get in close to Yuta so he can deal some damage. Yuta kicks him right in the gut, letting him know, you were focusing on my katana, weren't you? He then comes back down with that katana, breaking Yuji's knife and cutting him open. Yuji, though, quick to react, stomps down on Yuta's katana, breaking it in half. He thinks, of course he broke it. It's Sensei's pupil, after all. This was never going to be easy. Yuji with a surge of excitement as he states his guts are still intact, and they are both unarmed now, as he goes rushing in, only to have 2 gigantic hands grabbing onto his head and face. We then see none other than the Queen of Curses, as she asks, what's going on here? Yuta hilariously lets her know, don't worry Rika, we were just playing. Yuji wondering where this Shikigami came from, and God, how is it so strong I cannot even move? Yuta tells her to hold on to Yuji for him and be prepared, as this is where she gets a little dark. And then, in the most shocking turn of events, he runs his blade right into Yuji's heart. No tricks, no sorcery, blade in the heart, as he apologizes to Yuji. Even more shocking is that this came to a surprise to even Sukuna, as we see him intently watching. We go back to Choso versus Naoya though, as he places his hand on Choso, turning him into a frame. Yep, he's got his daddy's curse technique. Projection sorcery. Luckily, you guys just got a breakdown in the anime If you want a full breakdown on it, let me know. But pretty much, if you're fighting a sorcerer that has projection sorcery, you must mimic his exact move within those 24 frames in a second. If you don't, frozen and turn into a frame. Choso, though, can't figure out what his technique is, as he is making it tough for Choso to do anything but survive. Now he states that he's tough, and he asks seriously though, like, who the fuck are you? The ever prideful big bro Choso lets him know, I am the oldest of 10 siblings. Flowing red scale stack. Now he realizes he's adjusted to his speed by using red scale and his extraocular muscles to raise his visual acuity in his eyes. Man's trying to show off, couldn't he just said fucking eye muscles? God damn, dude, I don't even know how to pronounce that word. I probably murdered it, thanks. I always act on the assumption that you'll counter. And since you're a pain in the ass, I thought it best to use this weapon. You got blood manipulation, so stopping bleeding is your forte. But how long can you last against me while paying attention to something like that? Choso gets the motivation that he needs as he realizes just how shit of a brother now he actually is, as he is, of course, the complete opposite of him, lets him know his brothers shape who he is as a person, and nonetheless, I must walk ahead of my little brothers, and that is why I am strong. Now he wonders how he could bleed this much. Well, you see, fun fact, number 2 of the day. Death paintings have mixed blood, and with his special constitution, he is capable of converting cursed energy into blood. As long as he has cursed energy, he would never die of blood loss. Literally the most OP thing ever for the last bloodbender. He then opens up a huge wave of his blood to attack Naoya, who slips under the slow attack as he calls it, but it was part of Choso's plan after all, as he appears on the side of Naoya about to launch a piercing blood. He barely dodges, commenting, he can't let it touch him. My legs feel heavy. Is he controlling the bloodstains on my hakama? Fuck yeah, he is. You know what comes next? This is checkmate. You sure? My curse technique traces movements at 24 frames per second. 24 frames per second? Psh, the fuck's he rocking, like a PS3? Damn, dog, step your game up. He taunts Choso, telling him to try it. This move was a Choso original, born of Choso honing his own curse technique for over 150 years. And my man doesn't look a day over 25. He quietly states supernova and apologizes, saying sorry, but you didn't love your brothers and I just can't fuck with that. As the ball of blood in front of them and Naoya begins shooting in every direction, he then senses something behind him, and sure enough, you guessed it. Choso quickly turns around though, only for Yuta to throw a one-hand consecutive normal punches, knocking Choso silly, all the while dragging a dead Yuji behind him. He turns to Naoya, looks like you're hurt, as his hand begins glowing, a sign that he's about to use reverse curse technique. Naoya, though, tells him, don't look down on me, kid. What is this poison? Can bloodbenders do that? Nope, just Choso. Yuta asks if he should heal him with his reverse curse technique. In return, though, he tells him to please inform your superiors of Itadori's death. As you can see, dude's clearly dead. And then the page turns to one of the most shocking moments in the whole story, as we see a man holding a baby, asking, yes, father, if it's about her, then I'm leaving. Then we see someone we have not seen since chapter 1, season 1, baby. OG Yuji Grandpa himself, the original Curse Leia, as he lets his son know, Jin, you can live your life however you like, but give up on that woman, or you'll die. Jin tells him, don't talk about such things in front of Yuji. They say babies remember more than we think. Yuji's grandpa clearly very upset and passionate about the subject on Yuji's mother, and for very good reason, as you're about to see. He tells him, I know you wanted a child, and it didn't happen with Kaori, but her death was... Then someone butts in, father-in-law, just what are you talking about? As we pan out and see none other than Yuji's mom. And boy, oh boy, does she have some very familiar scars across her forehead. Yep, Kenjaku is Yuji's mom. Yeah, you need a minute? No, totally understand. Go ahead, take a lap. Trust me, dude, I get this, bro. I was right there with you, homie. I literally, you're like, damn, back shots on Kenjaku? What the fuck, man? Yuji's dad, did he know? Like, did Yuji's dad even care? Would I care? Why am I still looking at her? Just so much confusion. And yes, to sum it up, again, Kenjaku's Yuji mom, now that we've picked our jaws up off the ground and stopped fantasizing and laughing, mainly laughing, because I was fantasizing. What the fuck are you talking about? Weird. We then jump back to the present and see our boy Yuji wide awake and alive. As he says, Yuta laughs out, what a relief. Yuji, confused as ever, gets the full rundown on the plan and exactly what was laid out by none other than Gojo sensei himself. He had reached out to Yuta, letting him know that he had a bad feeling. I got a bad feeling about this. And if anything happened to him, he needed him to take care of the current first and second year students. Side comment, Hikari should be fine by himself. Fuck yeah, he is. And if you want me to continue the story up until we meet Hikari, however we pronounce it correctly here, let me know in the comments. Be happy to. Absolutely one of my favorite characters in Jujutsu Kaisen. Yuta lets him know instead of risking different executioners and info being hidden, it was best for me to assume that role. And I'm sorry I killed you, by the way. And good point, why am I still alive? At the same time your heart stopped, I instantaneously healed you with reverse curse technique. I figured it would work based on, what I've heard about you. Yeah, this is the second time your death has been staged. And they might find out soon, but for the time being, they will consider your death sentence complete. Yuji asks why he's doing all this for him. Because you're important to people who are important to me. I too once bore a power I could not handle, but that was put on myself. The power you bear isn't even your own. So you are not to blame for this, Yuji. But Itadori, is cut off by the arrival of none other than Megumi. What are you doing, he asks. Let's get back to Jujutsu High. Stop, Yuji yells out. Quit acting like everything is normal and nothing happened. Yuta thinks he resists, but I bet he's unsure of whether or not he actually deserves to live. That's why he held back when fighting me even. Kill people, Yuji screams. Because of me, so many people died. It's our fault, Megumi tells him. Don't be selfish and give up all alone. We aren't heroes fighting for justice. We are Jujutsu sorcerers. One can never truly judge us, so we must continually prove the worth of our existence, and I know that was the original principle behind your actions. No, Megumi. It's because as long as I'm around, you will suffer. So start by saving me, Itadori. Naruto Kamo has made plans for those involved with Jujutsu Kaisen to face off in a calling game, and Sumiki is ensnared in that. So I'm begging you, Itadori, I need your strength to save my sister. In the final page closing out this arc, we see the rules of the calling game. The next, and possibly final arc of Jujutsu Kaisen. What did you guys think of this arc? Did you enjoy it? Hate it? Wish you could go back to Shibuya? Wish Gojo was out of the prison realm already? Wish Gojo never went in the prison realm? Either way, I want to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. Also, I do chapter reviews on a weekly basis, so if you're up to date, love for you guys to check those out. Let me know what you think. And, if you want to be part of the Weeb family and dig the stuff we do here, just go ahead and subscribe. That way you never miss out on any of the videos we're cooking. I've been Weeb Dad. You've been absolutely amazing. And remember, even a death wound painting can have Riz. Peace.
Where are you going? You better get your ass back here and subscribe.